Hey, what's going on? It's Coach Jen. I'm going to show you a 20-minute beginner Pilates workout that we can do at home. All right, so we're going to start off on our mat. I'm just going to turn here a little bit so you can see how it presents on the screen here. So we're going to start with our feet like this. We're going to come up into a nice comfortable tall position, all right? We're going to hold onto our knees. We're going to begin with the breath. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just going to ground ourselves here a couple times. Then we're going to gently roll back onto the mat. We're holding onto those knees, and we are going to gently rock back and forth with our breath, loosening up those hips and the lower back. All right, now let's stretch out one leg, and we'll have pull on the knee on one. Okay, let's reverse it. Pulling on that knee, stretching out the opposite leg. Good job. Now we're going to put our feet together, and we are going to do some rotations like this. Just trying to loosen up those hips. All right, let's bring the feet back down. Okay, palms facing down. And then we're going to focus on imprinting the spine. So this is a pelvic tilt. So I want you to have your hands placed on either hip bone. Okay, feet are about hip width apart. Okay, for our feet. And then we're going to simply inhale, and then we're going to imprint the spine by pulling the belly button towards the mat, tilting the pelvis forward towards us this way. Okay, so that we have no space between the mat. Okay, so engage those abdominal muscles, and then we're going to release and inhale back to neutral. Exhale, tilt that pelvis. Okay, so we're going to repeat this a few times. This is super important beginner exercise in Pilates, is learning how to imprint the spine and tilt the pelvis, engaging that pelvic floor. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, tilt that pelvis, I mean. Inhale, back to neutral, and exhale, tilt that spine. All right, back to neutral. Now we're going to do a glute bridge. So our palms are going to be facing down on the mat. We are going to push through the heels, squeeze the glutes, and roll up one vertebrae at a time, up into a full glute bridge. Okay. Inhale at the top, exhale one vertebrae at a time, coming back down onto the mat, releasing that pelvic tilt. Okay, and now inhale, and exhale, roll into that pelvic tilt, squeezing up those glutes, pushing through the heels up into that glute bridge. Inhale at the top, and release, exhale, one vertebrae at a time, releasing that pelvic tilt. One more. Squeezing those glutes all the way up, all the way at the top. Inhale. And exhale, releasing. All right, now we're going to do something. We're going to hold our arms up in a tabletop position here, and we're going to bring both legs up into tabletop here. Okay, so knees gently over the hips, and now we're going to simply begin. We're going to straighten one leg, and we are going to lower it and raise it. And I want you to try and think about keeping that spine imprinted. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, lower. Trying to keep that spine, the lower back to the mat. Good job. And bring it back up, bend the knee. We're going to go to the opposite side now. Okay, so nice soft shoulders. Nice tabletop position here now. Extend that leg straight and inhale, lower. Exhale, bring it back up. Trying to keep that imprinted spine. Inhale, lower. And exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, lower. Bring it back up. Inhale, lower. So you're repeating 5 times on each side. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring it back up. Bend that leg, and we are going to bring both feet back to the ground. All right. Now I'm going to get you to turn on your side. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to do some leg work here. All right. So just simply you can just rest your head on your arm like so. Okay. This hand is in front of you. Okay, so both legs are on top of each other, parallel. All right, and what we're going to simply do is we're going to lift one leg up about hip height, and we are just going to simply start by pointing and extending that toe forward and bringing it back. Point and extend and bring it back. Okay, now I want you to keep it straight, and we're just going to simply extend forward and bring it back in line with your other leg. Okay. Okay, so keeping that hip height. And bring it back. Good job. All right, this time we're going to do some leg circles. Okay, so leg back up straight, and this time you're just going to do 5 reverse circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll start to feel this. Now reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. Bend the leg, put it back parallel with the other one. You're going to start to feel that all in here in the hips and the glutes, and it is amazing. Okay, so what we're going to do now is some toe taps. So what you're going to do is you're going to tap it to the front, tap it to the back 10 times. Breathing, nice steady breath, keeping that hip alignment. Oh, you're going to feel this. So just tapping. Good job. And bring the legs back. All right. Okay, so now, of course, we got to be even. We're going to go back over to the other side. Okay, so resting on our arm here. Other hand in front of us. Legs slightly bent and on top of each other. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to extend this leg. Okay, and bend it. Extend it, bringing it up about hip height, and bend it. Extend and bend. All right, now we're going to keep that leg extended, and we're just going to go forward and back. Try and keep those hips stable and not moving. You're not rocking, okay? So it's just the leg. And back. Good job. Okay, and bring it back together. All right, now we're going to just do some straight leg circles here, okay? So we're just going to go one. We'll do our taps first. 1, and tap it. Back, Tap it to the front, tap it to the back, tap it to the front. Good job, bring it back together. All right, now we're going to do our circles, our rotations, okay? Starting straight leg, and we'll go in reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, bring it back together. You should be feeling that in those hips. Good job. All right. Next exercise we're going to do is called the 100. We're going to do that on our back. All right, so what we're going to do first, actually before we do the 100, we're going to do the chest lift. Okay, so we're lying on our back. We're going to interlace our fingers behind our neck, and then we're going to, so we're not pulling on the neck, okay? So we're resting here. We're going to have our elbows as wide as we can, so not flailing inward. And then we're just going to simply imprint that spine, okay? So tilting that pelvis forward, upward towards us, okay? Spine is imprinted, nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale, and I want you to lift that chest and shoulder blades and neck off the floor. Inhale at the top and lower, okay? So feet are about hip width apart, okay? Nice secure position here. Imprinting that spine, tilting the pelvis forward towards the chest. Inhale and chest lift. Inhale at the top and lower. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, come up. Inhale and lower. Okay, repeat 3 more times. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, chest lift. Inhale at the top and lower. Inhale and lifting it up, imprinting the spine and lower. Releasing that pelvic tilt. Now inhale and imprinting the spine, chest comes off, and inhale at the top and lower. All right, good job everybody with that one. All right, now we're going to do some glute bridges. Okay, so we're going to do some more glute bridges here. We're going to go inhale, squeezing those glutes. Okay, so up into that glute bridge this time. You're going to hold it for 20 seconds. 1, 2, breathing. Exhaling, and 10 more seconds. Nice deep breaths. Good job. And 3, 2, 1, and 1 vertebrae at a time. Exhale as you lower and release, squeezing the glutes. Good job, everybody. All right, we're going to do some more toe taps in this position. So we're going to come up into that glute bridge. Inhale, come up into that glute bridge, and we're going to do some toe taps here in this glute bridge. So you're going to just simply lift one leg up and tap that toe down, lift it up, keeping those hips nice and stable. Okay, and you're going to tap 5 times. 3, make sure you're breathing, and 4, keeping a nice strong glute bridge. As you can see, I was slouching a little there, so try and keep that glute bridge strong. And 5, okay? So we're going to go the opposite leg here. So 1, nice strong stability in that glute bridge. 2, tap. 3, tap. 4, tap. 5, tap. And put both heels firmly on the ground and release the vertebrae, 1 vertebrae at a time. And we're going to come up, and now we are going to turn over, and we're going to be on our knees in. Okay, so I'm just going to turn my mat again here so you can see me better and I can see you. Okay, so we're going to be on our knees now to start with. All right. And I want you to take some deep breaths here, just seated in this position. And then I want you to come down, put your palms on the mat, and you're in a nice tabletop position here like this. We're going to do bird dog. Okay, so bird dog is opposite arm, opposite leg, and you're going to simply make a fist and extend that heel to the back wall, extend the fist to the other wall, and then I want you to bring it into the knee and repeat 10 times. 2, nice stability here. 3, breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Place it back on the mat. Nice tabletop position. Opposite arm and opposite leg this time. Extending that fist and then the heel and bringing that fist to that knee. 2, 3, 10. Good job. Back to our tabletop position. Now we are going to trace some circles and we are going to point the toes. So extend one leg behind us and you're simply going to do a rotation. Nice circle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, bring it back down. Opposite leg, extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it in, okay? This time we're just going to extend that leg and we're going to drop it and bring it back up. Drop it, bring it back up. Make sure to breathe. Bring it back up. Drop it and bring it back up, okay? Now the other leg, drop it, bring it back up. Drop it, bring it back up. Bring it back up. Bring it back up. Bring it back up, okay? Probably should have worn an elastic today. All right. Okay. Now I want us to do some cat-cow. Okay. So here, this is really good for the spine. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're simply going to arch that spine to the ceiling. Drop the chin to the chest. And now I want you to look to the ceiling and imagine a string is pulling your belly button to the floor. Exhale as you bring it to the belly button to the ceiling. Inhale as you bring the belly button to the floor and look to the ceiling. Okay, really push with those fingers into the floor. And reverse. Good job. This is also important in these beginner stages of Pilates. All right, okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to do some more toe tapping on our side here in a different way. Okay, so on our side, and we're simply going to be like this. This time, I want you to go tap to the front, tap to the back. So this leg is slightly bent, okay? This leg hand can be here to stabilize. And now you're just going to tap to the front and tap to the back. So half circle, tap, tap. Okay, repeat 20 times. Nice stability, okay, keeping those hips facing forward, all right? Not letting them flail outward, okay? Good job. Okay. And now we're going to do some circles. Okay, so 1, 2, this is in reverse. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and forward. 1. All the while breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Okay, bring it in. We need to be even. We're going to switch to the other side here. All right. Okay, so this time, hey, starting with those taps. All right, so we're going to go 1, we're going to tap half circle, and we're going to do that 20 times. Breathing. We'll really start to feel this. Okay, good job. Okay, bring it back together. Take a deep breath. Okay, and now you're going to make a forward circle. 1, 2, 3. So these are just little circles with the foot. Okay, now reverse. 1, 2. Nice deep breath. Your legs should be getting tired now. You should be starting to feel that. All right, great job, everybody. All right, so I hope this has been helpful. This is beginner Pilates that we're doing here. And if you have any questions about any of those exercises I've shown so far, let me know how it goes. I know this is just a short routine, but it might take you about 20 minutes to do, give or take. So let me know how it goes. And yeah, this should be a great place to start for Pilates.